All right, Coach. Yeah, just kind of tell us about the weekend. How you think the team played?
Oh, I've said this earlier, our depth killed us, or lack of depth. We're hanging with Angelo. A couple things stuck out is we're good. Our depth, we have to figure something out fast for the conference tournament because it's 3 days. We have a kid that's playing right now and holding off surgery, and so she did pretty darn well Friday, and then Saturday, just whatever. So in Friday, what was also interesting is that normally we have not played hesitant or timid, and we didn't follow a game plan. So for instance, one of our best players, Destiny Jones, who's been hitting 350, 450, 550 the last 4 or 5 matches. She's been doing really, really well. In 5 sets, we only set her 8 times. And so the other middle got set 27 times, and the other girls got set 35, 40 times. So it was odd that our setters couldn't find her when she was an option. So you don't do that unless you're a little bit, the moment got to us. So we can work on that. And then the fast turnaround, man. We got to our hotel almost 2 in the morning, played at noon, and I think losing in the 5th set mentally wasn't just a physical drainer. I don't think we recovered from it. So it's no excuse. Tarleton's really good. They're really good, and they're big. But we put so much stock into that Friday night match. To give you an example, Angelo's outside hitters are exceptional, probably 2 of the top 5 in the conference, and they hit negative. And we got them subbed out. They subbed in 5 people at that position. Got really jealous at that moment. And, so we were doing everything, and then just, it just didn't happen. And so in hindsight, as we were driving back, I just think that the mental fatigue of not winning that match carried over into Saturday. And Tarleton doesn't need any help with that. It's homecoming, so there's a really big, energetic crowd. They made a point of the match, and so we just we chilled. We got out of there and had a really good, healthy conversation on the bus ride back. We had some kids that didn't travel, so hopefully we hit them. But I think the girls had probably our best learning moment of the season, more than anything else. It was so obvious after this weekend. I felt we grew, and I'm not just saying that to try to find a rainbow silver lining. I felt after our conversation Saturday, I felt that we had a little bit more of a reality check about what's expected of each person, and so that's honestly the most you can expect or hope out of a loss like that. But I think Saturday was a byproduct of mentally giving it your all Friday and not knowing how to handle when it didn't go your way.
Have you had to deal with like this many injuries during the season before or anything like that?
A couple years ago, it was odd, but this one's more just like just odd. And so, but if we're honest about it, it's just there's these other kiddos that this is their chance. So we're playing with a couple kids that were supposed to be redshirted. 3 kids were supposed to be redshirted, and so things change, and so we got to respond better. So like last night, I think it's one of the most inspirational things as far as true sports is. You read Kurt Warner, and so I sent them his acceptance speech in the Hall of Fame, and I don't think a lot of people know this. He sat the bench for 4 years at Northern Iowa. So it's not just he went through arena and Euro, and he was 28 sacking groceries. He didn't even play in college, and he only got his start because someone tore their knee up and basically ended their career, Trent Green. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a great story of like, look, do your job, and then just pay your dues and be ready for that opportunity. So we're just trying to get the right information in their brains, and because no one's going to be sympathetic for us. So this is our chance to really build some character with the kids.
With 4 games left, how do you even think to try to develop some depth at this point of the season?
So I think we got 6. We got a game tomorrow. We got to go to Permian, and then we got Lubbock, and then we got St. Mary's, Kings, Commerce, and Women's. So that's a great question. We're gonna show film, and then today we're gonna work on things that we told them for the rest of the season. We're gonna work and practice what we stink at. So it's your choice to make that mental jump of saying this is the grind to you're gonna build your confidence through working on what you struggle with. So come game time, but you're not gonna feel confident in practice. But we're doing it, so we're gonna do some mental growing up for the rest of the season, and we're just gonna, for the most part, work on what we struggle with, and see how we respond like that in practice, and then we got to rest them. So this is what we did last year. It's what we do every year, but it's more apparent that we have to do it this year. But look, losing stinks. But when you try not to treat games differently, but every player and every coach invests a little bit more in certain matches. And when the outcome isn't the way you want it for that particular match, it can do a doozy for you for the next match if you're not careful. That's what happened to us.